Now, really briefly, before I get into this video, for those of you who might, my audience, my fan base, who might be concerned, what am I doing? Am I pivoting into non-hero and stuff like that? No, this is very, very much still a hero channel. I have plenty of other hero videos. I have a whole playlist on nothing. This is D-Time. This is D-Time Yu-Gi-Oh! So yes, this is very much still a hero channel. However, I still want to dabble in some GX nostalgia. Can I do that? I mean, without GX nostalgia, there is no hero after all, right? Yes, we have a Crystal Beast deck profile, and I have a different spin on it. Big shout out to Neshi, the Crystal Beast enthusiast. Some of you guys may have come across him looking for ideas and deck lists and whatnot. And I've seen many different videos, different ideas. I've seen 2-card combos and stuff like that. But I thought, hey, everyone has the pre-notion that the Konami way that they want us to play the deck, Crystal Beast, is slow or bad. And actually, I don't think so. And I believe and trust in Crystal Beast's grind game. So let's get into what I think and what my playstyle is of Crystal Beast. D-Time! Michael Bowden, back here again. And I am your host, Destiny Hero Mike. And welcome back to D-Time Yu-Gi-Oh! We're here, baby. It's always D-Time. In more ways than one. Yes, I just want to give as I always start my videos, a big thank you to everybody here, to my older and newer subscribers. Welcome to D-Time Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're new here, I really appreciate you tuning in here. And as you guys know, clearly by the name, I am a Destiny Hero player, hence the D-Time. But I'm a GX. I dabbled with Crystal Beast a long time ago when they were somewhat of a thing, when they did have a couple combos and whatnot. I dabbled with them and I had a great time with them. I had fun with them. And at the end of the day, that's what this channel is about, having a good time, having fun with what you want to play. That's really the point of this channel. It could be with any deck, whatever archetype, but I want to have some fun, man. And what I see as a challenge is there are a lot of different Crystal Beast decks. There are a lot of different Crystal Beast decks and everything of that nature, but all of them pretty much rule out the Overdrive. I want to play Overdrive. I'm sorry, I want to play Overdrive, and that's the core focus of the deck, is playing Overdrive without needing to play a bunch of links, without needing, the Conclave control. That's a little boring to me. No disrespect. The Conclave control, that's all it does, right? I'm not really interested in that. That's not my play style. Like, I like control. Control is strong. I think that's what best suits this deck is, mid-range, if you will. But that's not the route I want to go in, because there's so many other Crystal Beasts that you're cutting out, and you're cutting out this guy. I think it's very powerful. And I want to try, the challenge here is to honor the way Konami wants us to play this deck. So I did enter tournament, and I went X2. It was only 4 rounds. I did 2-2. And not bad. It certainly wasn't, it would brick, but it certainly wasn't the crazy, like, it was good, okay? Like, when it was good, it was good. When it won dominantly. But when it lost horribly. But there are still some tweaks and changes that could be made to make this deck more consistent. But let's get into my idea of, how to play this deck and how I play this deck and whatnot as a hero player. So you guys know I love fusions. So yeah, so he's the guy I want to play. He's the guy I want to summon. So understand, he's the main point focus of the deck, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get into the deck list. We're starting out with 3 Crystal Masters. Very important because, obviously, as you guys know, the deck gets a double summon. So this is a very strong starter. And so a 3 of, I think, is necessary. And in this list, triple Pegasus. Now this list changed it's changing a little bit, as I will get into why that is later at the end of this video. But yeah, triple Sapphire Pegasus, and only 2 Rainbow Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, because I prefer to turbo him from the deck to the back row and just kind of go from there. But I think I might want to play 3, but 2 felt just fine, and I honestly did. There's not too much more to say about it, but there are times where I wish I kind of had the guy in hand, so maybe I do play 3. But again, this is my first time kind of blindly going into it. And, you know, then you've got, since I am playing the Overdrive, if you guys saw, the Tortoise, you know, all your vanillas, man. Tortoise, Eagle, Carbuncle, Mammoth, Amethyst Cat, and Topaz Tiger. And that's what really hurts the deck. I mean, look at all these one-ofs that are mandatory to play. But that just is what it is, man. Unfortunately, that just is what it is. And yeah, you really need to play them. They're all one-of. So, and this is a 40-card deck, by the way. So that's it for the Rainbow Dragon / starters. There's that. But we'll keep going. And then 2 Rainbow Dragon, because I don't mind hard drawing 1 sometimes, so that I can activate the Rainbow Bridge quick play a little easier. And also so that 1 is in the deck. It's kind of like the increased Vion situation, where see the Conclave build does not play 2, because the Conclave build, this is the brick, but in this build it's not a brick. This is what you want to see, and you don't necessarily mind opening it, so that if you open 1, well, now your Awakening is live, and if you only open 1, now your Crystal Beast Rainbow, your Zenith is still live as well. So that's why I really like 2. And we want to summon up to 2. We only need to summon 2 in the game. So this is our game ender, this guy. So yeah, 2, only 2. All right, triple Nib. You see the mat? Y'all see it? Yes, triple Nibiru. Because the deck doesn't link summon. Spoilers: the deck doesn't link summon, and it doesn't go ham. Because I seen these 2-card combos where they bring out a bunch of links and boom, they're able to Rainbow Dragon turn 1. But this deck is able to Rainbow Dragon turn 2 because of this card. So this card will help me cycle through a bunch of one-ofs. And by my turn 3, my turn 3, I should be able to summon Rainbow Dragon no problem without going into a bunch of links. So because of that, and I don't have a full board, I can go first with this card in my hand. I don't mind tributing my Pegasus. Who cares? I can tribute away my Pegasus and whatever other Crystal Beast is on the field. Nibiru. If I'm going second, Nibiru. So I like it, but if there's some things I could change, I would probably change this card around, because I bricked this card a lot. I would draw 2 at a time. It was a little clumpy, but in theory, that's the way it should work. In theory. So and I don't have to worry about, like, okay, what do I, instead of Ash, what do I Ash? I don't care, go off, and then, you know, I'll just nuke your board with Nibiru. So that was the whole idea behind that, especially against danger Tearlaments or a Reckless Sprite player or something like that, or if it's a combo rogue deck or something like that, Nibiru. So yeah, that's the idea that I had in mind, especially with the new format. And we have the 3 Rainbow Bridges for this. Okay, yeah, we're going into spell. So 3 Rainbow Bridge, 3 Rainbow Bridge of the Heart, very important. That's the main star, main, like, you need 3. So there that is. And also, this is not a crystal card. You cannot search this with Rainbow Bridge or the Crystal Master. So keep that in mind. You can only really get that with the Awakening. So you can only get that with the triple Awakening. We play 3 of these. So yeah, you could be able to get your bridge with the Awakening of the Crystal Ultimate. So it has both. Yeah, well, it has Crystal in its name. So it's really good, very important. You need a 3 of. This card shouldn't have been a common. It should have been, like, I don't know, like a parallel rare or something. Then you got your triple Crystal Bond. I see, like, some decks are playing 2. Again, I need that max consistency. So yeah, I need to be able to put that Zenith to the back row as often as possible. You want to see it. You want to be able to combo it with certain cards so that you can, like, for example, you can combo this with I believe a Rainbow Bridge, and it will help you get your Awakening. And then now, because of the Awakening, you're able to. You guys see the combo. They all synergize very well. So 3 Crystal Bond for this build, not 1. I think you need to play 3. And you guys ready for the spice in this deck? Like I said, I really believe in this deck's grind game, but also its plus game. It's triple pot. So I'm going to show you what my extra deck is to do that, but it's just a free draw too. The deck, again, it doesn't care about links, so because some people are playing the expensive pot, I'm not playing that because I just rather simply just draw 2. And my deck, I don't care about my extra deck very much, so I can just draw 2 very easily. So, and then we have the Called by the Grave, the One of, and the Dark Ruler No More. Triple of those. Again, same concept as Nibiru. If I don't get Nibiru, especially if I'm going against a Sprite, just Dark Ruler and play the rest of my turn from there. So for example, I can Dark Ruler, and then I can pick off whatever's the problem card with the Bridge of the Rainbow Heart. So that was the idea behind that, but again, kind of clumpy with Nibiru. I bricked quite often with this card and in combination with Nibiru. So it was kind of it was okay. It was okay. I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm still working on this deck. And finally, the 2 Crystal Miracle. A lot of the turns my turn ends on 2 Crystal Miracle set, and pretty much I went from there. And the card is just very powerful, very powerful counter trap. And it still helps me set up for my Rainbow Dragon with its graveyard effect. And because, again, back to my 3rd turn, I dropped that Rainbow Dragon. It's pretty much game from there because it's going to snowball into the Overdragon and then the Overdrive. So, yeah, there's that. And let's go ahead and do the extra deck. Let's go ahead and go into the extra deck. So, yeah, we're going to play triple of the ABC Overdrive. Nah. He's very similar to he's ABC Dragon. He's very similar. And we need 3 of these, and that's it. Okay, and also Link Karibo, because, you know, Dark Angel, there's a lot of hero players in my local, no thanks to me. And yeah, they can just Dark Angel this deck and kill this deck in just one go, so just Link Karibo. So now, you know, Dark Angel's not going to work unless they are sacky enough to flip over a rivalry. But at least we know that we have a built-in, you know, Link Karibo, a built-in out. Because again, we don't care because of the extravagance. So, and in most matchups, we're not going to use this. So, and then the rest is just fluff, extravagance targets. Okay, the rest is just fluff. We don't really care. Hey, shout out to Air Neos. Oh, cool token. But yeah, so the rest is just fluff for the extravagance targets. That's really all that is. And so there is the extra deck because this is the extravagance variant. And we have the, for side deck, Triple DD Crow, Triple Shifter. I've shut down a Chillerman matchup, which is coming soon. I have some live duels. Yes, this deck has defeated Chillerman, which is really cool. Triple Ash. I might take that out for something else, I'm not sure. But Ash is really strong because we want to stop Branded Fusion. That's why, yeah. I want to stop Branded Fusion, or if I'm in a Fluendaries matchup or something like that, where they really need a key piece that searches or special summon from the deck, Ash Blossom. Boom, Triple Twister. That'll help them against their anti-back row. Oftentimes they'll set their Triple Twister or their Cyclone. We don't want that to happen to our bridge. So, you know, when they're going first and they set their Twisters or something like that, we can counter their Twister with our Twister and whatnot. And also the Anti-Spell Fragrance. We want to out Anti-Spell Fragrance. And then because in this build, the idea was because I'm already maining the Dark Ruler as well as Nibiru evenly matched. So I can just take out Nibiru for evenly matched and just keep Dark Ruler evenly matched together. So yeah, and I have an option to choose between the 3 and rotate them. And that is, and again, just really briefly before I just, you know, wrap this up, the main premises of this deck is to, because there's an important point that I want to make. All right, like I said. Like, look, we've seen all these other crazy builds. We've seen, you know, the Cherry Beanie build and all that stuff, but this card is so powerful. This card is so powerful that by your 3rd turn, you're going to have access to Rainbow Dragon because of the Bridge of the Heart. So this card is everything the deck needed and more. You have solid control. You can pick away problematic cards and everything like that, all while this filling up your vanillas. It's a lot of vanillas, man. That's the problem with this deck, but that's how this deck plays, and it doesn't take very long to just stack your field your field and graveyard up with your vanillas. So that's the whole point of the deck. And you know, again, by then it's just time for me to drop the Rainbow Dragon, and then we just snowball. We just snowball into our Overdrive and our Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. Now there are still some things I'm going to be testing. I will be testing the rare values, because the thing about rare value, and you might think, you know, oh, it conflicts with Pot of Extravagance. Well, the cool thing is you can rare value and then pot. So my thing is this with this guy, his problem is that you cannot summon him using the continuous spells. Like if the Taurus in the continuous as a continuous spell card in the back row, he only does it from field and graveyard, he only does it from the Monster Zone and Graveyard, I think. Yeah, only Monster Zone and Graveyard, not your back row, unfortunately. So the rare value helps send them off and gives you a draw too. That's why I want to play, because it is his build, it is his variant, and I really like rare value. Really good for consistency, and also like the idea of you go rare value then just pot, because we don't care. So that we drew 4 that turn, and then we're gonna still just keep popping off with the bridge, and we're just gonna snowball. The bridge is pretty much snowballs everything. But yeah, so that's what I'll be squeezing in going forward. I'm gonna go ahead and give rare value a try with this idea in mind that you want your Crystal Beast in the graveyard. So yeah, for the Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. And I don't really like that trap card, the Fusion Trap, where if one of your Crystal Beasts get destroyed in battle, you fusion summon by that's one of the worst summoning conditions I've ever seen since Elemental Hero Grand Merge. That's awful too. Just bringing him out is trash, in my opinion. So I don't like that card. And so yeah, I still might be giving Conclave a try. I might do some sort of Conclave variant, but I really like the Crystal Miracle over Conclave at the moment. So it just feels really good. I've won a lot of games. I've shut down a lot of things with this alone without the Conclave. And Conclave, the cool thing about Conclave, just like rare value, is that you can send your Crystal Beast continuous spells to the graveyard as well with that card, I think. So that'll still help you send this guy to the graveyard, fill this guy's requirements up to the graveyard. So it's not summoning the Rainbow Dragon and the Overdragon is the issue. It's really the Overdrive, because he doesn't count back row. Now, if he counted back row, this deck would be meta. Yeah, this deck would be meta if he did count back row. So yeah, so I'm still figuring ways and stuff like that. But yeah, and I didn't want to also invest in a bunch of. I didn't feel like paying a bunch of money for all these different links that I don't have. So I just wanted to play it the way Konami wants us to play it. So yeah, that is the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think. I still will be tweaking it. This is not the final build. I'm still experimenting, all sorts of different things. I'm not too crazy about the field version, but that is my version. I've got some duels coming up, so stay tuned for that, because I wanted to do something for fun before the ban list, because I'm going back to Destiny Hero with the 3 Fusion Destiny, and then when Ian Shuffle comes out, then I'll really go heavy for Neos again. So, but in the meantime, this is something fun before the next ban list that takes place. So love you guys, stay up, and yeah.